In this video, I'll be talking about how you can export a map to a PDF format for easy printing and can even include the attributes on the features to make it even easier to send a small portable map to someone that you need to send to. So, the first things first is you're going to want to open ArcGIS Pro, and from the top of the screen, you're going to want to select the Insert tab and select New Layout. You want to make this layout really big because the layout is technically what you're going to be converting to a PDF. So we're going to do custom page size. And here what I did last time was something like 52 and 72, and that worked pretty well for me. And then hit OK. And now as you can see, we have this blank sheet here. This isn't going to get very far for us, it won't help us out. But what we can do is head on over to Insert, and we can add a map frame. What you're going to want to do is you have a select set of bookmarks or your current extent that you can pull from. In fact, let's go out and make a bookmark now. Let's say I want to grab this area of the map and I want to turn this into a layout. What I'm going to want to do is head on over to Map and then Bookmarks. And if I select a new bookmark, I can add a new one and name it whatever I want. And I just hit enter and there we go, it's saved. Now, I can go over here to Map Frame and find my bookmark. Here it is. And what I can do is I just click on one of the corners and drag it to the other corner. And it'll take a second, but let me just let it load here. Boom, there we are. As you can see, our map is now in there. We can click Control to zoom in and we can check it out. We can see all of our features, our whole map, looking good so far. Now, when we're ready to share it, we can head on over to the Share tab, and then over here on Layout, we just want to click that green arrow, and this will open our new settings. Here, we can decide what to name it and decide where it gets saved. I want to keep the default destination, and I'm going to keep the name for now. So I'll just hit Save. And we have all these other options here too now. We're not going to mess with most of them, but I'm going to go over a few that are important, particularly this one here. PDF layers and feature attributes. This is a drop-down, and if we click on it, we can choose which layers have their attributes in them. We can choose to have none, we can choose to have PDF layers only, or PDF layers and feature attributes. First, I'm going to show you what it looks like when we do none. This is going to take a second to export, but not very long. Alright, now we can open that using our preferred PDF viewer. And boom, we can see our map. Now if we click Control and zoom in, it's going to take a second to load, but we have our full map here. It's a little messier than most because it can't do the same things that others can, but this is a simple, easily viewable map that we can look at from almost any device, as long as it can view a PDF. We can also, if we choose to zoom in earlier and choose a small section of the map, it will be a little bit clearer and more defined, so you won't have as big of features sitting around. Next. Now we can change it to PDF layers and feature attributes, and if we click Export there, this one's going to take a little bit longer, so I'll see you once it's back. Alright, so it has finished exporting, so now we can view this file as well. What's going to make this one different from the rest is if we zoom into this populated area here, this one is going to lag a bit more at first. It makes sense, it's got a lot of attributes to read and it's got a lot to deal with. It's going to be a little bit slower to load things at the beginning. But once it's fully loaded, usually it goes pretty smooth after that. Let's zoom out and get it a little bit more sane looking. All right. So what I'm going to do is I just want to click on one of these features and check out its attributes. So first we can open this bottom pane. This will open up where we'll be able to see the attributes when we click on something. Then if we right click, we can choose the Object Data tool. Then with that tool selected, we click on the feature we want to see. It's going to highlight everything, but as long as you just click on the one you want, there we are. We can see all of the attributes that we'd normally be able to see in ArcGIS Pro right here. Easy peasy, easy to share.